Welcome to the Lightstream audio guide. This coping skill you're about to practice works well for when you're feeling strong and uncomfortable emotions or are experiencing distress. I also want to tell you now that it is okay if you try this skill and find that it's just not for you. There's nothing wrong with you, and no, you didn't fail. It just wasn't meant for you, and you're allowed to move on and find another technique that better suits your needs. Let me tell you what to expect for today's practice. In a moment, I'll ask you to think of a memory that is slightly upsetting or distressing for you. For the purpose of today's practice, I want you to pick something that on a scale of 1 to 10, if 10 was the most intensely distressing, this thing is no higher than a 4. Then I'll ask you to concentrate on these emotions and sensations, and I'll guide you through a visualization exercise to help nurture and relieve the distress. Let's begin our practice. Start by closing your eyes, and I'll let you know when it's time to open them again. Take 3 slow, deep breaths, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. We're just settling into our space together, so there's no need to rush this part. Now, think of a memory that is slightly upsetting or distressing to you. On a scale of 1 to 10, this memory should be about a 3 or 4. Take a moment to concentrate on the upsetting sensations or feelings that you're noticing in your body as you think about this memory. See if you can place your hand over the location of your body where those physical sensations are occurring right now. I'm going to ask some questions and see if you can answer them. It's also okay if you don't have an answer. Don't force anything and just take your time. If the sensation had a shape, what shape would it be? If the sensation had a size, what size is it? If the sensation had a temperature, what temperature would it be? If the sensation had a texture, what texture would it have? If the sensation had a sound, what sound is it making? Now, what is the color that you associate with healing, peace, or calm? I want you to imagine that this color takes the form of a beautiful light. This light is special for a few reasons. First, the more that you use it, the stronger it becomes. It's also special because it comes from an infinite source and it's impossible for it to run out. This light is also intelligent and it knows exactly what it needs to do. I want you to imagine that this light is shining down through the top of your head and it's directing itself at the sensations and the shape in your body. This light surrounds the shape, knowing exactly where it needs to go. It gently vibrates and resonates in and all around the space. As it does, what happens to the shape? This light continues to direct itself at the sensations in your body, vibrating and resonating in and all around it. As it does, what happens to the size? This light continues to direct itself at the sensations in your body, gently vibrating and resonating in and all around it. As it does, what happens to its temperature? The light continues to direct itself at the sensations in your body, vibrating and resonating in and all around. As it does, what happens to the texture? The light continues to direct itself at the sensations in your body, vibrating and resonating in and all around the area. As it does, what happens to its sound? Again, this light knows exactly what it needs to do, and it just gently vibrates and resonates in and all around the space. As it does, what happens to the shape and the size? As this light continues to direct itself at the sensations, what happens to its temperature or its texture? As this light continues to gently vibrate and resonate in and all around, what happens to its sound? Once more, this light's going to go through and help any of the lingering sensations. It gently vibrates and resonates in and all around the spaces it needs to. As it does, notice what happens to its size and the shape. What happens to its temperature, its texture, and its sound. Now we're going to let this light slowly fill every part of your body. It starts at the top of your head, working down to your eyes and your eyebrows, helping them soften and loosen so there's no crinkles or creases. It travels down to your nose, your cheeks, and even your ears. It continues to your jaw, helping it unclench and relax. This light travels down your throat and the back of your neck. It smooths over your shoulders, helping them hang nice and heavy. It continues down your arms, past your elbows, down to your wrists, the palms of your hands, and then every single finger. That beautiful light travels into your chest, helping your heartbeat become slow and steady. It swirls down into your belly, helping it expand with each breath that you take. It travels down to your hips, over your thighs, down to your knees, your shins and calves. That light continues to your ankles, the tops of your feet, the heels and soles of your feet, and every single toe. This light has filled every part of your body, and it brings you peace and calm here in this very moment. And this feeling of peace and calm can be accessed anytime that you need it. Stay here for a while, just noticing what it feels like, and allow yourself to enjoy it. Now, slowly open your eyes and come back to our space. Let's review our practice for today. If this skill worked well for you, then you probably noticed that as we allowed that light to surround the original physical sensations, they began to shift from unpleasant to more pleasant. For example, if your texture started with prickly spikes and a high-pitched ringing noise, that light may have helped soften the spikes until it became smooth or fuzzy, and the sound may have quieted or changed to become much more pleasant. You may have also noticed that the size or the shape began to shrink, or maybe even disappear entirely. If you ever practice this skill on your own, keep allowing that light to transform the sensations until they become pleasant, or until it helps that original unpleasant sensation and shape disappear before letting the rest of the light fill your body. If you couldn't imagine your sensations, they didn't transform or disappear, or maybe you even struggled to envision your light, that is okay. You have permission to choose another coping skill and to leave this one behind. You can practice the skill with other memories or moments until it feels more natural for you. Then, if you're faced with something that has higher levels of distress or intensity, you'll be more familiar and comfortable using this skill in the future. Take a moment to recognize that you engaged in a practice of self-care today, and you took time to slow down. If no one else is around you to say it, or you can't quite say it to yourself yet, I'm proud of you for trying this skill today, and I am so glad that you are here.